What is up, everybody? Shauna D-Man here. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great start of your weekend so far. Wanted to drop a quick little Auburn video as we got some more coaching hires. The 9-game SEC schedule came out, so there's a lot of stuff. I did a video yesterday just doing like a little quick recap of everything that's happened the past week since Alex Golesh was hired. Now we're going to do a follow-up. So first off, um, I believe football wise, so part of the football thing, all it was announced Auburn is going to be playing. Where'd it go? They're going to be playing Troy in 2031. They're going to be playing North Alabama in 2028 and 2032. They also added Austin P for 2027, Georgia Southern for 2028. So Auburn's kind of like right now going through their non-conference schedule building things like that. Because they're playing Baylor in 2026 in Atlanta, 2027, 2028 they'll be playing Notre Dame. And then I'm not sure, I don't remember what 2029, 2030, who the appointed. I want to say Miami, but I could be wrong about that one. So Auburn's just going through their scheduling right now. But as far as staff goes, I believe we're pretty much all set to go. So we got Larry Porter, running backs coach, who is coming over from West Virginia. Tim Banks, safety coach, who's coming over. He was technically fired from Tennessee. To be fair, like the defense did take a step back this season compared to what they were like the previous season. They had a lot of guys go to the draft, graduate, and I think they had some of their better defensive players injured throughout the season, so their defense wasn't really quite the same. But I think that's still a good hire for safeties coach, and that was the thing throughout this entire season with DJ Durkin is the front seven is good. They can stop the run and things like that, but it's the back half. It's the safeties, uh, the safety positions and stuff like that. That's kind of leakage because Auburn got beat a good bit in the passing game quite a few times throughout the season for the most part. So I think Tim Banks, I think that's a pretty solid hire. I think um, Coleman Holtzer, if I said his name right, he's coming in as the edge coach. So you have technically three defensive coordinators: DJ Durkin, Tim Banks, and then Coleman Holtzer, who is coming from over Mississippi State, I believe. And then obviously DJ Durkin is going to be doing the linebackers. Vontrell King Williams is going to be the defensive line. So you got Joel Gordon, co-offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. Cody Burns is going to be the offensive coordinator, and I think it was just announced that he is also going to be the wide receiver coach as well. So I don't know what that means for Marcus Davis, because I know Golesh probably wanted to keep him on staff in some role. So it's not really clear on what Marcus Davis' role is going to be, or if he stays on staff. That is still up for debate. And then Tyler Hudenick is offensive line coach. I believe I was listening to, I think, Village Vice or Locked on Auburn, one of the two. And I believe Tyler Hudenick was an offensive lineman when UCF played Auburn in 2017 in the New Year's Six Bowl game. I think I could be wrong about that one. Demarcus Van Dyke is to be the cornerback coach. Now he's the one that I mentioned in yesterday's video, where he was basically Coach McGriff was his position coach. So now McGriff is moving to an off-field position. Van Dyke is going to take over and be that. Obviously, Vontrell King Williams, and then Jacob Borowski is special teams coordinator. Heard he's pretty good. So we're pretty much done with the staff, with the exception of the tight end position. That's probably the one where we don't really know just yet on on that position. And then obviously Marcus Davis. Don't really know what's going to happen to him. Sounds like Derek Nix is either he's going somewhere. I've heard Florida, Ole Miss. I'm not really sure, but this is a pretty solid staff. Like I think the previous staff they were probably better recruiters than they were coaches. Now, that's not to demean them in any way, but it seems like these guys got the right coaches in the right place to develop the talent. Getting talent is relatively easy enough in 2025, but developing that talent, you need outstanding coaches. You could take a look at Von Trail, 2 years ago when Jeremy Garrett left for the Eagles, I think it was. He steps up and like guys got better. You know, like Kevius Walker played, really good. Malik Blocked and Bobby Travis and like a lot of these guys really started to play really, really well on the defensive line. So get you guys who can coach and develop the talent. That's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. And then football wise, where'd it go? So we now have pretty much the dates of the games. Now, obviously, times we don't know, but we do have the dates. So obviously, game one, September 5th is against Baylor in Atlanta. Southern Miss, September 12th. The first SEC game is going to be Florida and John Summerall, so that's going to be an interesting game right there as well. Because like I think Florida would have like the Florida fans would have rather had Golesh, and then Auburn fans obviously wanted John Summerall. But I think now Auburn fans are probably very much content with Golesh after the week of him hearing him talk and things like that. So September 19th is going to be Florida. September 26th, you got Vanderbilt. So 3 straight home games to start your season. Should have been 4, but it is what it is. So 3 straight home games, and then it's back-to-back road games. You got Tennessee on October 3rd, I believe, and then I think October 3rd is Tennessee. You got a bye week before you play Georgia on the road, so that's going to be very helpful right there. I think everybody has just one bye week this season compared to having 2 this season. So which kind of sucks. I would rather have 2 bye weeks, but whatever. Then you got LSU back home. You go on the road to Ole Miss. You got Arkansas coming in, Mississippi State, Samford, and then obviously Alabama in Tuscaloosa. So it's the back half is really not that bad. Your October schedule is what's gonna be such a hassle for the most part. Like Tennessee, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss. That 4 game stretch right there, that could be the toughest. Now again, we don't know what these teams are going to be like by the time Auburn, plays these teams because Ole Miss might not be as good under Pete Golden. LSU is they're probably gonna be good. LSU is probably gonna be good under Lane Kiffin. Georgia's always really good. Tennessee could be an interesting one, but you do have opportunities for some wins. Obviously, Baylor, you got to win that game. Honestly, Southern Miss can win that one. Florida is going to be very interesting. New coaching staff, that whole thing. That could be an easy win right there potentially. Vanderbilt, very curious to see what Vanderbilt's going to be without Diego Pavia. Are they still the same without him? That's been one of the questions about Vanderbilt that I have had is it a Clark Lee thing or is it a Diego Pavia, Tim Beck, Jerry Kill thing? We're gonna find out in 2026 if that's the case. And in Tennessee, quarterback's interesting. I don't know if Joey Aguilar has another year or not, so that could be an interesting thing. They'll be bringing in a new defensive coordinator as well. Georgia is Georgia. And I mentioned LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas with Ryan Silverfield. That should be an easy win. Again, we're way early into talking about the wins and stuff. Mississippi State, they played better down the stretch. They played a lot better this season than I thought they would. So that one may be interesting to watch. You get an easy win with Samford before you travel to Tuscaloosa. So overall, not really. I think it's not a bad schedule. Um, I maybe would have rather played Tennessee a little early. Maybe swap Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Um, because I think that Tennessee game may be a little tough. I think your toughest games are obviously Georgia and Alabama. LSU is probably going to be tough. So yeah, it's yeah, it's not bad. If you can survive October, your November is not that bad. It really is not that bad because right now we don't even know if Alabama's going to have a brand new coach or not. So that's also interesting. But yeah. All right, guys, that's relatively it. Wanted to do, like I said, a quick little video talking about just catching up on this stuff that I've missed yesterday of the news that came out. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Tomorrow, Auburn plays Chattanooga for Hoopsgiving. Definitely going to talk about that. And then we'll see what else happens in regards to Auburn sports because we still got a while for the transfer portal opens and things like that. So, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. Thank you again for hanging out. Thank you again for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.